Hi, folks. Welcome to the David McNiner YouTube channel, folks. I'm glad anyone who's watching's here, or if anyone watched it after the fact, that you just watched it. I'm just a little guy here on YouTube, and I appreciate everyone who supports me. So here we are, one game before playing the Washington Commanders at Washington. And at this point, there's kind of some things to talk about. We're missing starters. Eric Armstead's plantar fasciitis is fired up. Might not see him till the playoffs. We're missing. Well, Jauan Jennings, his presence on the field is definitely missed. He's a gamer. He really brings it. And what can you say? We need our guys. We need to get healthy. And he's in production. He's in concussion protocol. Him and Jalen Moore, and they are both out. We are missing our rookie starting safety, Jair Brown, due to a sprained knee he suffered during the Ravens game. This also hurts. And Russ Dwelly, who I don't think we're missing that much, is also out. At this point, we do have a few guys questionable. I do not see anybody being ruled out, so we just won't talk about that. There's lots of guys that aren't even listed on the injury report, like Trent Williams, Debo, etc. And it's nice to see. Oren Burks is coming back. Flanagan Fowles is listed as questionable at this point, but our linebackers, Greenlaw and Warner, they're solid. They could be the best 1-2 linebacker punch in the league. But, at this point, let's go over some stuff. So, our defense. Our rush defense is third overall, allowing 90.3 yards per game. But in the last 3 games, we've allowed 135.3. So that's definitely missing Armstead. Hargrave was back last game, but that's definitely missing Armstead. Then we got our points against, third overall in the league. We've allowed a grand total of 267 points. Our passing defense isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst. We're worse. We're literally in the middle of the pack. We are 16th overall, allowing 222 yards a game. 232 the last 3, so there's not much of a disparity there. Yards against per game, our defense is ranked 11th in the league, allowing 312.3. But the most important thing is the points against, in my opinion, there, folks. The Commanders, comparing our defenses, they are ranked 23rd, this is against the run, allowing 122.7 yards a game. Last 3, they're averaging 161. Kyle, I hope you're listening, buddy. Points, oh boy. Points against, they are dead last in the league, 32nd with 453 points allowed. Passing defense, they are 31st. 261.6 per game. The last 3 games, they've been a little better, only allowing 249.7. That's still a lot. Yards against, they are 32nd in the league at 384.3. Shout out to Bryant Culp and Damian Lee, both in the chat. Glad to see you guys are here. And let's go over our offense. We'll also talk about the kicker comparison. Shout out to Jess getting a picture with Jake Moody. I hope you got an autograph for my guy Bryant. That would be awesome. I hope she did. Our offense, second overall in yards gained per game, 404.3. Our passing offense, second overall, 265.7 per game. Rushing, fourth, 138.7 per game. Points scored, we are third with an average of 29.6. Commanders offense, 19th overall in the league, 327.5 yards per game gained. Their passing is 16th at 228.8 per game. The rushing is 19th at 98.7 yards per game. Points scored, they are 23rd in the league at 20.6. One more thing to go over, the kickers. Jake Moody, our rookie kicker, third round pick. Some people say fourth round pick because he was a compensation pick. He is averaging 86.4% on field goal percentage. He is 19 of 22. At points after, though, the extra point attempt, 55 for 55, folks, 100%. The Joey Sly, the Washington Commanders kicker. Kickers matter, folks. Kickers matter. He is 77.3% accuracy. He has hit 17 of 22 field goals. His extra point attempts, he's 30 of 33 at 90.9. So when it comes down to it, on paper, we have the better team. Overall, period. We just have the better team. But you never know what's going to happen week per week in the NFL. The Commanders could stand up, play the best game they played of the season against us. And you just never know what's going to happen. On the injury news front, there's one thing I didn't mention, and I was starting to think I would not see this guy this season. Danny Gray, practice window was opened. Has he been activated for this game? I honestly don't think he has. But it's great to see he's back. You know, practice window's open. I believe they should bring him back for this game and have him play a couple games, get him ready for the playoffs. Maybe Kyle Shanahan decided, well, you know, I'm going to stash a weapon, you know, until the end of the year. I'm going to bust him out and no one's going to be expecting it. You never know what Kyle decided to do there. He had a shoulder injury. Reports initially were he was expected back mid-season, and here we are 2 games left in the season, and he's getting activated. He was our best gunner on special teams last year, so I fully expect him to make an impact there. We have a quarterback that's not afraid to throw outside the numbers, not afraid to sling one downfield. Danny Gray can be used now versus the last QB, James Richard Garoppolo, was afraid to throw deep balls. He just seemed like he just wanted to work within his limitations and not try new things. But we need a quarterback that has guts, that has poise, that isn't afraid to, after he makes a mistake, come right back out there and start going at it again. This is Brock Purdy, folks. This is our QB. And when it comes down to it, I like my QB. No, he may not be elite. He may not, well, when it comes to size, hand size, you know, arm strength, everything everyone says to knock the guy. That does not matter. He shows up. He plays the game of football to a high level. Last week, our whole team was off. 10 penalties, 102 yards. We do have some things to clean up, folks. We do. We have been on 2 6-game win streaks. There's a 5-game win streaks. Let's see. Yeah, we have been on wins. Anyway, we've been on win streaks this year. And at this point, if we get the number 1 seed, it would be a 5-game win streak to win out and get that Super Bowl. Number 6. It is 100% possible to get this. It's 100% possible for this team to get it done. Our defensive backs this year have been more ball hawks than they have in previous seasons. I think this is the Steve Wilks effect. And then I'm sorry, I said his name wrong. It's Sideline Steve. That's right. This is Sideline Steve's effect. And now we just got punched in the face. It's time to get right at Washington at the Commanders Stadium. And Commanders are under new management, new ownership, new management. Big changes are coming. I'm praying they change their name because the Commanders was a horrible choice. It just was. There are many better names for that team than the Commanders. Come on. But at this point, all we can do, we control our own destiny. We win the last 2 games of the season 1 week at a time. We get the number 1 seed, rolling into the playoffs with a week's rest, and hopefully everybody healthy. That's the big thing. I'm knocking on wood. Everybody needs to be healthy rolling into the playoffs. But I didn't plan on going on for very long. If you guys have something what you want to ask in the chat, now's the time to ask. I think everything's been pretty well covered throughout the week. You know, what's going on with the team and everything else we got going on. But yeah, now's the time to ask if you have a question that you want to. And while that's going on, so Kyle Shanahan has had an issue coming back in games. I believe he has 2 come back. He is 2-31 in games. We went into halftime and we're behind. It's kind of concerning. I mean, this year he seemed to have gotten over the hump of, learned some lessons. I'm hoping he can figure out how to actually come back on teams, because in the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. Our team is so good, there's really no need to come back. I've given y'all a minute to actually ask questions, and I don't see any coming up. So I'm going to get on out of here. And everybody have a fantastic day. Happy New Year's. If you don't see me, you might not. You never know what's going to happen. And as Corey Davis would always say, go Niners and F all 31 other teams.